When a man first sets foot in the Philippines, he often brings with him excitement, curiosity, and a backpack full of assumptions. I've watched many foreigners arrive with big dreams, only to stumble over things they never saw coming. What I'm about to share isn't just opinion, it's drawn from years of observing what works, what fails, and what costs people their peace of mind. Take it as the kind of advice you'd get from a quiet old timer sitting on a porch who's seen the storms and sunshine alike. If you're listening to this, you're probably dreaming about starting over in the Philippines. Maybe you've seen the palm trees, the soft spoken smiles, the cheap beachfront rentals, but before you pack your bags and board that flight, let me offer you something more valuable than sunshine and sand: clarity. Let's begin where most guys get it wrong from day one: location. A lot of foreigners land in the Philippines with romantic ideas of living in a small fishing village or some peaceful province where the real Filipinos live. That sounds noble, but the truth is, you're not ready for that. You might think you are. You might think it's all mangoes, motorbikes, and morning walks by the sea, but unless you've got years of experience under your belt, that move will wear you down fast. Start in what we call a bubble city. Think BGC, Makati, Cebu IT Park, or Davos newer developments. These areas are your soft landing. They've got malls, reliable infrastructure, better medical care, English-speaking service staff, and most importantly, familiarity. They offer you a bridge between your old life and your new one. Yes, they're more expensive. Yes, they might not feel as authentic. But they will keep you sane while you adjust to everything else: the language barrier, the climate, the dating scene, the bureaucracy. The most successful expats I know all started in the bubble before gradually branching out. The ones who didn't? Most of them went home bitter, broke, or both. Now let's talk about relationships, another area where guys get into trouble fast. Too many foreigners arrive and jump straight into a live-in relationship. They land at Ninoy Aquino International Airport, meet someone they've been chatting with online, and by week 2 she's moved in with a suitcase and a cousin. Slow down. There's no rush. You are not obligated to play house just because someone is sweet to you. Moving in too early invites liabilities you're not ready for. It creates entanglements, legal, financial, and emotional, that can spiral out of control before you even understand the culture you're living in. Don't do it. No matter how kind or loving she seems, keep your own space. Date, observe, learn. The moment you start living together, your life starts revolving around someone else's rhythm, and you're still trying to find your own. Taking that step too soon is one of the fastest ways to lose your freedom and your clarity. Freedom is the currency of the expat lifestyle. Don't trade it away for companionship you barely understand. If she's worth it, she'll still be there in 6 months. Now some guys say, but I don't want to be alone in a foreign country. I get that. But loneliness is not a good reason to give away your independence. And let's be real, most foreigners here are in high demand. You will not be alone unless you choose to be. Which brings me to dating. Here's some advice you won't hear in the barbershop or from the armchair bros back home. Date single women without kids, if you can. It's not about looking down on single moms. Some are incredible women, hardworking and loyal. But in many cases, you're not just dating her. You're becoming an ATM, a father figure, and a retirement plan. And if you're not ready for all of that, don't start. You need to understand the expectations that come with dating in the Philippines. Family comes first here. That means if her brother needs money, she might ask you for help. If her mom gets sick, it's your wallet she'll look at. If her kid needs tuition, you're suddenly the stepdad. I've seen too many guys take on roles they weren't emotionally or financially ready for. If you're okay with that, more power to you. But go in with your eyes open. Another tip: don't make the Philippines your final stop. Think like a traveler, not a settler. You'll enjoy your time more. Some of the happiest expats I know live like digital nomads. They spend 4 months in the Philippines, then hop to Vietnam, Thailand, or Malaysia for a change of pace. They never get too attached. They keep their money mobile, their relationships light, and their freedom intact. You see, staying too long in one place has its downsides. You get comfortable. You start bending your standards. You stop growing. One guy I know made it a point to visit 7 countries in 4 months while still keeping his apartment in Cebu. He said it kept him sharp and reminded him that he always had options. There's power in knowing you can leave any time. Let's talk about money now. Another area where many guys crash and burn. Live below your means. Not just below what you made back home, but below what you're making now. Just because you're in a cheaper country doesn't mean you should be blowing your budget on daily steak dinners and weekend getaways. I see it all the time. A foreigner comes in with a pension or a remote job, gets a swanky condo, buys a motorbike, maybe even a car, and before you know it, he's living paycheck to paycheck in a third world country. That's not freedom, that's stupidity. Be frugal where it counts. Skip the designer clothes, it's too hot to wear anything fancy anyway. Sacrifice on rent so you can spend on experiences. Rent furnished apartments so you don't have to buy things you'll leave behind. Use Grab or taxis instead of buying a car. Owning a vehicle here is not just about fuel. It's repairs, insurance, parking, and dealing with traffic that will test your soul. And remember this, you don't need to impress anyone here. If you're older, you've already got what most women are looking for: stability, maturity, and kindness. You don't need to flash it. You just need to live it. Now here's a lesson I wish every foreigner would take to heart. Don't compare everything to your home country. Yes, the internet is slower. Yes, the bureaucracy is ridiculous. Yes, customer service can be hit or miss. But you didn't move here for the systems, you moved here for the lifestyle. The moment you stop expecting the Philippines to be like America or Europe, the sooner you'll start enjoying it. You're a guest in someone else's home. Respect the culture. Learn a few words of the language. Understand the customs. You don't need to agree with everything, but you do need to adapt. That's the trade-off for cheaper living and beautiful companionship. One of the most underrated skills an expat can have is patience. Things move slowly here. People say maybe when they mean no. People say maybe when they mean no. Deadlines are suggestions. Get used to it, or go home. It's not going to change for you. Let's talk health for a moment. If you're older, overweight, or on medication, the Philippines can be a blessing or a curse depending on how you handle it. On one hand, private healthcare is affordable. On the other, quality can vary wildly. Get health insurance. Get regular checkups. Don't ignore warning signs. And whatever you do, don't expect the same level of emergency care you'd get back home. In rural areas, you might be hours away from a decent hospital. That's why bubble cities matter. Not just for comfort, but for survival. Another bit of wisdom: make friends, but choose them wisely. Some of the most dangerous people in the Philippines aren't locals, they're other foreigners. You'll meet scammers, alcoholics, and guys running from something. Misery loves company, and a bad expat crowd will drag you down faster than any bad relationship. Surround yourself with grounded people. Guys who've been here a while. People who aren't always complaining about the country, their partner, or the heat. If someone's negative all the time, cut them off. That stuff spreads. On the flip side, you'll also meet amazing people, foreigners who found love, built businesses, or just enjoy a simpler life. Learn from them. Ask questions. Listen. There's no shame in being new, only in being unteachable. Let's wrap this up with something personal. The biggest factor in your success here isn't your budget, your age, or your looks, it's your mindset. You have to want to be here. You have to embrace the messiness, the surprises, the slow days, and the hot nights. You have to find joy in the simple things. A mango shake by the sea, a quiet morning walk, the way kids smile at you just because you're different. If you come here expecting paradise, you'll leave disappointed. But if you come looking for a new way of life, open to learning and adapting, you just might find more peace than you ever had back home. At the end of the day, living in the Philippines can be a beautiful chapter in your life if you take your time, stay grounded, and make decisions with both eyes open. I'm not here to scare you or sell you a dream. I just want to give you the kind of guidance I wish more men had when they landed here. Live simply, stay curious, and always protect your peace. The rest will fall into place.